Now, when it comes to water, Bengaluru has not yet reached the desperate state of Chennai, but as a city whose main supply of drinking water is a river far, far away, there is no room for complacency. In poor monsoon years, the river Cauvery just does not have enough water to meet everyone's needs. But a good part of the answer for Bengaluru is right there and readily available: rainwater harvesting and wise use and reuse of precious water. One Bengaluru couple firmly believes that this is the answer, and their home is proof of this. Maya Sharma reports.
This is the very green home, in many ways, of Chitra and Vishwanath. Now, at a time when water is a matter of concern across the country, across the world, this couple is doing what it can to actually make a difference and to use water the best way possible. Chitra, Vishwanath, hello.
Hi. And welcome to our house.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And come, let's take a look at the rainwater harvesting system from the terrace.
Where do we start? From the terrace itself with rainwater harvesting. Thank you so much. So now we're on the terrace of this house. And how big is this house?
This house is about 1,500 square feet,
Okay.
including the basement and the mezzanines.
And the side size?
Same, 1,500 square feet.
That's it.
That's it,
That is
yeah.
it's a 30 by
50,
a 30
yeah,
by 50.
like the way
right.
they say in Bangalore.
And you brought us here because it all starts with rainwater.
With the rain barrel, which we picked from our staircase room. And this is exclusively for drinking and cooking that we use in our house. And this simple rain barrel serves us for almost the whole year.
Okay.
It has a simple filter, as you can see. It's a soft filter with a cloth.
So this is your composting toilet. So what's special about that? What does that do?
This is called a urine diversion dry toilet.
Okay,
In technical term,
Yes.
it's called an ecological sanitation system. What it does is it keeps separate what biologically is separate.
Okay.
The urine and the solids.
Okay.
So the urine goes to the front part,
Yes.
is collected in a barrel,
Okay.
diluted and applied to the garden.
All right. Okay.
The solids are collected in a dalda dabba lined with paper,
Okay.
which is covered then with compost
Okay.
or mud.
Yes.
Then it is digested again for about 6 months,
Okay.
and it becomes manure for the plants on the terrace.
So the same plants get the manure as well.
So no human waste leaves the site.
Wow. So you're not putting any sewage really into the system at all. Everything is reused here for the plants.
So we don't think that this is a toilet, we think it's a fertilizer factory.
Wow. Okay.
The nutrient content is really high, and actually we use all this. We don't need a gram of artificial fertilizer for the whole of the terrace garden.
And no flush, no water for the flush.
There's absolutely no flush. You can be a wiper using toilet paper, or you can be a washer, and a little bit of wash water can go into the solids component, and there's no problem with that.
Wow, that's fantastic. That is so basic. You don't call it a toilet, you call it your fertilizer.
Factory.
Fertilizer factory. Not a toilet, a dry toilet, which is a fertilizer factory with going straight back to the plants to grow.
And that's the western component of the fertilizer factory, which Chitra has designed.
Okay. Yes.
You can sit on.
Okay.
There's a squatting
So this is
toilet.
the Indian type style toilet, as we say, and this is the for the Western style. So the same thing. The urine comes to the front.
Yeah.
The solid waste goes to the back.
Yes. And it's covered with manure.
And deep dusk.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So basic, so fundamental, and so simple. Does this cost anything? Is it?
It's not. It's very cheap. The pan is what is the costliest item, which is about 1,600 rupees to 1,800 rupees. The thing is, if you put it on the first floor, even in flood-affected areas, you can continue to use your toilet without any problem at all. Especially for areas like Bihar, for example, or Mumbai right now, where your ground is under submergence. These kind of toilets would be a lifesaver.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you can still use it because it's above the flood area.
And it's not polluting your waters, and it's actually being used as a fertilizer. And so in Bihar, they call it Parisar Snehi Shauchalay or Faideman Shauchalay. So it's good that we call these flood-proof toilets.
Fantastic. Was there a difficulty in starting to use it initially? Was there any kind of change of mindset involved? Or
Not for us.
Not for you.
Not for us, no. I think it's also that we really loved it, the whole thing. And it's also great when you see the produce
results of
and
it.
the
The results
results
of it.
and that you're not using water and stuff. So that's what excites you more than.
all right.
The other thing is that we should be responsible for our waste. So when you build a dry toilet or a compost toilet, you should take the responsibility of keeping it clean and making sure that it's used as manure. So that's very important. This pan incidentally came from China. We went on a trip to China, and the only thing we brought from China was the compost pan.
The souvenir from China was.
That is the souvenir from China. 2003, we brought a WC pan. And also I think the design element goes, this is very easy to use. You can take out the pan and wash it and put it back.
That's it.
That's it. And it's all on a plywood.
So
Nothing.
really getting to basics when it comes to water conservation and reuse.
Yes, we use 40 liters to 45 liters per person for flushing the toilet. That's the single largest component of water use in the city. And so if you're able to save that, then you drop your per capita demand by 35%.
Each flush takes just.
Yes, 7 liters, 6 to 7 liters.
So how much would that save in terms of percentage?
Per 35% of
35%.
per capita consumption.
Per capita, if
Yeah.
we could change the way we flush our toilets. Fantastic. One answer then,
Yeah.
right here. We'll just take a look at some of the features outside the house now before we leave. In terms of water conservation, in terms of what you're doing. What do we have here?
2 simple filters for the rainwater
Okay.
using basic cloth and charcoal.
Cloth and charcoal, that is.
The blue drum
Yes, blue
and
drum,
the
yes.
ferrocement filter.
So just cloth and charcoal
Yes,
for cleaning up the
rooftop.
rooftop rainwater. Okay.
So
That's it.
the rooftop rainwater comes down this pipe.
yes.
You take a handkerchief with a rubber band
Yeah.
and a dhoti here, and there's charcoal inside this.
Okay.
It's a do it yourself. Goes through, and through the pipe it goes to the
So
sun.
these are all not really great costs.
No,
cost
no.
involved
And
at all.
it's simple and people can see it and do it themselves.
Themselves.
There's nothing like you need an expert to come and do this.
It's just do it yourself.
Do it
Yeah,
yourself.
do it yourself.
And in terms of the tanks, the costs of that, the costs of the.
So this drum filter, if you do it yourself, should not cost more than 1,200 rupees
Okay.
at best. This filter would be slightly more expensive because
one,
it's
okay.
filter. This is 2,500 if you do
Okay.
it. Or, the drum, the rain barrel, 500-liter rain barrel, it's about 3,000 rupees. 3,000.
So you're looking at maybe a total cost of 6,000 for the entire.
10,000, whatever. But it's also not that you have to do it all at the same time. You can do it progressively.
Chitra and Vishwanath, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you so much.
this is the home of Chitra and Vishwanath. They're living their message of using the natural resources, using the rain, showing that we need not be water deficit if we can manage the natural resources properly. Rainwater harvesting, an answer to many of India's water woes. And that is being shown by this couple here as they spread the message of using what we have wisely. With DM Kumar, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV.